Hey everybody, it's that time of the year where most of us are able to take off and just kick our feet up and just enjoy the holidays. It'll be slightly different this year in December 2020, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad thing. So welcome back to a pick a card reading by myself, Katarina Lookin, and to everybody, welcome to my channel, Looking Inwards, where we create a sacred space for you to tap in to really what's going on inside and maybe face our demons and our little skeletons in the closet. So, in a moment you'll have a chance to actually see the shuffle. Now, I do bi-weekly pick-a-card readings. So I do one for the new moon and I do one for the full moon. Energy has no boundaries, so if you are here, it's probably because there is a message in one of these groups. So let's get in the meditation. Soon you'll have a chance to actually see a part of the shuffle and really put in your intention into it. So before we get into our meditation, this is group 1, this is group 2, and this is group 3. Enjoy, guys. So let's take a moment to ground ourselves, connect to the energies around us and above us by taking 3 long, deep breaths in. Let's begin. Hey group 1, this is your reading. So just to start off, every single deck, every single group had so much to say because all the cards kept falling and just kept ricocheting all over the place. So I'm feeling over here that a lot of people have questions, a lot of people you have, and reasonable as well, because nothing is actually clear yet and it doesn't seem like it's going to be clear anytime soon. So I am very happy you decided to join me here. Let's see if we can clarify something, or at least a few of those questions. And just gonna start off and remind you that there is Reiki energy embedded in each of these groups, so feel free to claim it whenever you have a chance, whenever you feel that you need it. These are not limited. You can always claim these throughout the rest of the week. If you felt like it did help you, all you need to do is state, I accept this Reiki from Katarina Lookin, or Lookin Inwards, or just Katarina, whatever works. And yeah, let's do this. Okay. Wow, okay, group 1. Group 1, group 1, group 1. Okay. Things feel messed up right now in your life. Okay, you have, for the archetype of like the whole deck, I decided to go with Maya Dao's White Witch Tarot. And it's the tarot that came out, the tower that came out, and you have like a double tower. Wow. There we go. You have a double tower. I want to say in your chart right now. And to me, that just states that you are feeling like your whole world is crumbling down. Like just everything that you've built your whole life on, your foundation is just like slowly chipping away or just completely being destroyed. And I want to tell you right now that this is a good and prosperous time for you to really look and really look within and really see what is it you do truly want, and really start building a foundation that's stronger and sturdier and that is built with everything you've been wanting and everything you've been desiring, and not based on what other people's desires and wants were for you. Not that they were anything bad, but it's not what you particularly wanted for yourself. So I feel like right now this is like an amazing time for you, because through this kind of dark night of the soul that you're feeling you're going to, you will really make peace with, those inner demons, but everything that you were fearful of, everything that you were afraid to do, whether it's take that leap of faith or let go of that job, or it's like happening by itself, like you didn't even need to do anything, and you're just in a great situation, great position to really reassess your life and really reassess everything that's been working and everything that really hasn't been, and what makes you happy and versus what didn't make you happy and isn't making you happy. Whew. I felt like there was like a big weight that just came off of your chest right now. And take it in. I would just say really take it one step at a time and ease into it. Don't rush anything right now. Don't feel like you need to make any kind of decisions. Now, you're heading towards, as I mentioned, a very prosperous time. You are developing and nurturing, or about to nurture, the abundance that is within, and which will resort in the abundance that is without. So you will start appreciating everything that's happening very shortly. The Empress to me is like, one is like a woman that's super connected and really in tune with all her desires and giving birth to this new world that she's creating for herself. She's like one of the ultimate creators for me in the tarot decks. And it's a major arcana. You have a lot of major arcanas, by the way, over here. 2 towers, an Empress, and an Emperor. So there's a lot of energy here. Right now, all I'm seeing is just confirmation. So the 10 of Pentacles that is reversed is also confirmation that you're just like, the way you used to live your life, the way you used to believe in prosperity and abundance is no longer the path. Like that particular, I want to say kind of illusion, because it wasn't really making you happy, but because you had all this stuff and you had all this excess of things, although you were very grateful, you weren't happy per se. It's like you were happy, But it's just that kind of flip of the switch where you're like, okay, maybe I did feel a little bit of happiness, and yes, my world felt secure and comfortable, but you're heading towards, and it's like there's this little inner voice that kept nudging you and kept telling you, I'm happy, but you know, there's something missing, and you're heading towards there with the Empress, where you're gonna become the ultimate creator over here. Like over here you have bearing fruits, and it's gonna get you you're gonna be very uncomfortable in a while, in the sense that you're gonna be very vulnerable. I feel like you might need to ask for help, and that's something that you might not have a lot of experience with, or you're just very shy and reserved, or I'm even hearing right now that maybe you have a very, like, you might be a Taurus or a Leo that are very proud, and you know, just not wanting to shed that shell and expose yourself to others. There's a sense of reminiscing. You have a sense of nostalgia that just keep coming back. You're kind of going back to the things that it used to be, and the way it used to be. And although it's nice to stay there, try not to get lost there either. Although if it makes you happy, really try to decipher what about it makes you happy. What about it that you would like to kind of recreate in this new life that's coming to you. Now for some of you, I feel like there's a very male figure that's keeping the boat afloat. And for some of you, I feel like this person is kind of the reason, or one of the main elements to why everything is kind of crumbling for it to be rebuilt. So for some of you, there's a very strong man present in your life, and he's kind of just holding the glue together. Although you need to allow him to let you kind of, I want to say, like, break down, so you can then pick up the pieces that matter the most to you and really embrace and start recreating your life. So again, back to this vulnerability, and really share this experience with him. I feel like it will connect you guys so much more. And for those that this man is kind of like l'élément déclencheur, is kind of like the element that it just sparked all the kind of chaos or ruckus, or is just giving a bigger momentum. Because I feel like some of you, it might be work related. I feel like for most of you is work related, like the whole shattering of the realities and your own reality. For you guys, I would say take very, very long, deep breaths and really calm the mind and really assess your situation. I would say do not rush in anything. And really see things as they are. There's a phrase that I keep using now that I'm in love with, because it's been helping me through these hard times and just hard times in general, which is when I get emotional, I say, you're emotional right now, it's understandable, but it's not necessary. So in this situation, you might be emotional, it's understandable, but it's not necessary, in the sense that it will not help you solve, or it will not help you decide, it will not help you make the best decision. I almost feel like almost feel it. Okay, there's two things that I'm feeling here right now. I'm feeling, or like all this sparked with someone that was a more younger, kind of spirited person, or who was a little more naive and in the sense of like, you know, walking the walk like the fool, and almost just like blurted something out, whether it is to your boss or whether it is to you, and it really just like the catalyst of everything that's going on right now. And I'm almost feeling like that you have some kind of a grudge on this person. This person doesn't know what they're doing. If you did feel like there was something malicious in the background, like someone that's very quick with their words and kind of like knows where to stick it where it hurts. That didn't sound that wasn't the best metaphor, but you know what you get what I mean here. Forgive this person if that is the case for you. Forgive this person. I'm just sensing a very young soul that does not know how to handle their emotions, are too quick to talk, and they were just the catalyst and just helping you towards this Empress, this newfound energy about you, this empowering, nurturing being that you've been longing to be and longing for almost in your life. And I feel like there's also a sense of pregnancy as well. There might be a physical pregnancy or a child coming into your life, or just a new idea that you will be receiving. I feel like this card is more for you to listen and hear what's going on with you at this moment more than future tense. Whatever is going to happen, if you really put in the work to self-assess and start rebuilding your foundation, you will be unstoppable. Like, that's where you're heading by the end of these 2 weeks. But it's really a question of putting in the time and the worth and also the money for the self-care. Like, I feel like a lot of you need to or jam up the self-care so you can really be with yourself and set your intentions. Like, new moon is all about intentions. So if you're not clear of what it is you do want, you might just get caught up in whatever anybody else wants. So really take it upon yourself these next 2 weeks to, or at least the next couple of days, to really assess what is it, what are my desires, what are the characteristics I would need to acquire those desires, and what it is, like, how would I want to feel when I achieve and during. Like, always remember, it's all about the journey. So this is part of the journey, and if you are able to see the beauty in it all, like, you've won. Like, it's not a game of winning or losing, it's just you have won the game of life. If you can enjoy every single part of it, you're good. You're good to go. So, what else do we have here? I decided to call upon some fairies for you guys. But the first one we have over here is Unity, and then the Fairy of the Loon. Now, I don't know if you can see it, but this Unity card is so beautiful and seems so powerful to me. Like, I feel like you will be making so many connections as soon as you start getting clearer in what you want and your desires and taking actions towards it. So once you have set out that intention, it's really making baby steps into walking towards it. There's a saying that all you need to do is make the first step and the universe is going to provide the rest. So it's easy to think that, you know, law of attraction, I'm going to get what I set out for and it's going to be easy, and it will be. But you still need to meet the universe halfway. You still need to make that first baby step. If you decide that, you know, you want to go on a cruise boat, but you never book that appointment, or you never step out of your house to actually go towards that cruise, well, you can't say that the law of attraction isn't by your side, because, I mean, you can't go on a cruise in your home, right? So yeah, lots of connections. You're gonna be making so many links, and I feel like you're just going to expand and explode almost with so much knowledge and so much awareness, and like you're just gonna have more desires and more wants, and you're just gonna be working towards it, and it's just gonna be a beautiful feeling for you, just like the Empress, creating your realities in collaboration with the universe, in collaboration with your friends or newfound friends, avec des collaboratrices, and like I only see good coming out in the next 2 weeks. But there is baby steps that need to be taken. You need to be vulnerable enough to share, maybe with this lover or friend, whoever has been there to help you, to support you in all this, or to take the steps to let go, maybe, or, you know, put your foot down and really declare what it is that you do want. I do feel like there's going to be a longing for something. I feel like you will be looking in your past for, like over here with the nostalgia, I feel like you're going to be looking behind you, like towards your past, but what you're really looking for is not there anymore. It's going to be ahead, it's going to be in front. Just really important to remember that. It's good to take inventory of the stuff that made you happy, and on the same time, you do need to recognize that you're not going back there anymore, that there's something better waiting for you. And what I like to say is that nothing ever goes as we expected it, because it's supposed to be better. You're supposed to, if you trust in the process and in yourself, there's something that you might not you would not have been able to even imagine, something so incredible that you wouldn't even be able to imagine until you actually see it and you say, wow, this is so much, like, this is more than I've ever expected to achieve or to have or to attract. So yeah, that was a beautiful reading, guys. Thank you so much for allowing me to be part of this. And remember, sometimes things need to fall so something better could come out from it. So something better could grow, or something better could be achieved. So that's it. Thank you so much, guys. Ciao. So I apologize if my camera keeps moving. Welcome, group 2. This is your reading. Just wanted to let you know, and just a reminder that there is Reiki energy embedded in every single group. So please, whenever you have a chance, do claim your Reiki by stating, I accept this Reiki sent to me by Katerina Lookin or Lookin Inwards. You can do this at any time, at any moment. There's no limit to how many times you can actually request it. So let's get right in. Release the royal you. Okay, so these oracle cards just confirmed what I was sensing and feeling in your tarot cards. So there is going to be a great union within the next 2 weeks, or it already happened and is starting, and you guys are building and already starting collaboration. So this could be love related, this could be work related, this could be friendship, a specific friendship that might help you achieve and kind of help you, I want to say almost to raise your vibrations, to then uplift and almost enlighten you at this very moment. Whether that's something you are seeking or not, it is something that I foresee in the near future if it hasn't already arrived over here. The only thing with enlightenment is that sometimes we are faced with the shadow side of ourselves. So there will be shadow work, even though you know this union was destined and meant to be. There is still quite a bit of work to do. And I mean, this is good because you're kind of breaking the obstacles, breaking and kind of facing the challenges. I'm sensing a little bit that you might have been someone who, and you might have not also, but for some of you, you were kind of resistant and didn't want to face those challenges and didn't want to actually do the work. And this is kind of pushing you through it because you're like, wow, like this is such a great union, a great partnership. I want to learn more. I want to grow with this person, or whether is in partnership long term or it's building a specific goal and idea or ideas basically. But to achieve them, you kind of have to face the kind of dark night of the soul over here. The little bit that's left, I mean, for me, when I received the shadow work in the Moonchild Tarot, it's always like, okay, there's still deep rooted, kind of ingrained, kind of like thick roots that need to kind of be derooted so fresh herbs and better stuff could grow. But not to say that we always think of like bad herbs to just be those weeds that just take over, but in reality, weeds actually nourish the soil. And the blockages and the shadow work that we need to do are there to help strengthen our inner being and strengthen our patience and all the characteristics that we need for enlightenment, all the characteristics we need for leadership. And they're there to really kind of help you face yourself so you can overcome them. So it's actually just a beautiful card to have right now, especially in regards to the Two of Cups, in regards to this partnership, because that means that you're willing to do the work now. you're willing, you're able, you're ready, you're like, yes, this is where I want to go, this is with whom I want to be, this is with whom I want to do a partnership, these are the goals that I want to work on. So yes, let's face that mirror, let's face that reality that I've been ignoring or avoiding mostly. Let's shed some light and move on, move forward to basically become what you always knew was inside you. But with great work comes great rest. So if you're feeling your body needs to just be lazy or watch Netflix at a point all weekend, do it, because shadow work is not easy work. It's stuff, like I said, that we have put aside, or we've ignored for so long, so the roots are kind of a little thicker at this point, and when it comes out, when we kind of dig it out, we have to nurture it, put more soil, just take care of ourselves. It's like when you do exercise to strengthen your muscles, then you need to rest and recuperate, at least for a little bit, so your muscles could then grow and strengthen in size. If not, you're just overworking the muscles, and if they never rest, then they can never heal, and then at a certain point you're just, one, you can't enjoy the process because you're always hurting, and two, because it doesn't have time to heal, well, you never actually gain the strength. That's the best way I can explain it right now, but I think you understand what I mean. So the archetype that I got for you guys is judgment. So this is just like a big confirmation. So basically the overall energy of this 2 weeks will be judgment. So judgment is like the ultimate facing the mirror, ultimate card of enlightenment, ultimate card of like upgrading and leveling up. And as I was saying, I picked it reversed, so for me that just means there's still a lot of shadow work to do, but it's there. I'm not gonna say it's around the corner, because it really depends on your willingness and your willingness to also change habits, or to kind of set your environment up for success. But once you set that environment up for success, to nurture the habits you do want to portray, I feel like it will be that much faster and that much easier. I feel like a lot of things will be clearer too by the end of these 2 weeks, by the end of this cycle. The oracle cards are just like confirmations right now. So the willing to release all the bad habits and everything that's been keeping you in this kind of dark place, to then achieve the royal you. So to put on that crown, to level up and level up. Like, for me to have that song in my head, it's just like another confirmation to that you're in that path, you're working towards it, to awaken the lion, to awaken the beast within, to awaken the strength within, to then accomplish any goals and any desires that you set your mind to. And I feel like there's a specific goal that you have and you're holding on to it, but you know what you need to do to actually achieve it. So do it. So I feel some of your blockage, like one of the blockages that you do have is the sense of lack. You have it's like you feel like you don't have enough help, or I think it's like the self-martyr. You have a tendency of victimizing yourself, and which is part of the shadow work, right? But to me, I feel like it's a little more of a clarification of what kind of shadow work needs to be done. And this victimizing, you self-victimizing yourself is really what's kind of holding you back. You're creating this kind of cage around you saying, oh, why oh me, why this, why that, and it's really limiting because you're not able to see the solutions. You're only able to see the problems. And if you did have any questions in regards to how or what part of the shadow work needs to be done, this would be a good place to start, basically. And yeah, these limiting beliefs that you don't have enough and you'll never have enough, but also like not being afraid to ask for help. I feel like as group 1, you guys don't have a tendency to really ask for help. And yeah, you're gonna have to push through that and kind of like be vulnerable. Let others see your vulnerability, because that could be a very great way to connect with people, but also build strength, because you have now cracked yourself open to receive something new. But I'm getting a big feeling of like self-martyr and victimizing. The self-bondage. Like, I feel like this fool over here usually represents leaps of faith and just going with the flow. But I'm looking at this card right now and I feel like she's still too cautious, or she's still like, tap into your wild side. It's a beautiful depiction of the fool, but to me, I feel like it's another part of that limitation. Like, she's just cautiously walking through. She's blowing her horn. And I'm feeling that, like, there's immense energy and creativity that just wants to explode out of you. And it might feel chaotic, and it might be chaotic, but let it be chaotic. Like, I feel like that chaos will help you tap into this shadow work. Don't bottle it up. Don't hold it within, like the Knight of Swords, Knight of Airs over here. Like, set it free. Be free. If you get anything from this reading, be free. Allow yourself to make mistakes. Allow yourself to jump off of cliffs, even if you know it's dangerous, and trust that there's going to be, a parachute or something soft that you will be landing on. I feel like I'm getting the impression here that that is what's going to propel and help you achieve and break free from your blockages and this specific shadow work that needs to be done. I decided to check the beautiful fairies. So let's see what we have here. Netis the Alchemist. And the Maiden. You know what, for you, let's read the book. Let's see what the book has to say. You may be getting in Nellis's way as she does her work. To put it bluntly, you may be the main obstacle in your own path. It may be necessary to transform attitudes and behaviors. She will first approach you with tact and a kindly fairy warning, pointing out an alternate path you might try. At this point, it would be well to begin actively cooperating with her energy of alchemical transformation. That is quite a hefty fairy, and she carries a hefty wand she carries. And I'm sure it isn't just for decoration. I asked her about that, but I only got an outrageous grin in reply. Fairies hide what you want and reveal what you need. So this might be in link with also this partnership that you're getting. So I feel like that you're gonna have someone who's gonna help you in this transformation, and it's just a question of allowing them. Don't let your ego get in the way of this. But it's also you not getting in the way of your own thoughts and attitudes, your own victimizing state, as we were talking over here, and really kind of just blocking your own path. You will be your own worst obstacle, basically, in here. And the maiden, reverse. So when the maiden's energy is seriously reversed, this card can indicate crippling pessimism, an attitude that when possessed means the possessor sees the worst in everything, expects the worst from life, and gets it. Such an attitude creates its own misery and denies on the possibility of joy. When such a powerful energy as the thrust towards joyful growth is inverted or twisted this way, it is still a powerful energy and usually requires an equally powerful experience to break free of it. But there is always hope, and those outside of fantasy need to remember that even while being realistic about the difficulties of changing the state, someone needs to be an adult here. So basically getting out of your mindset again, guys. The whole Parvati consciousness that we were talking about. You can't make this stuff up. I do not look at the cards beforehand, so for me it's always a pleasant surprise when, and it's always a surprise even when I'm expecting it, because it's just always beautifully just comes together. So group 2, thank you so much for choosing me and this channel to help you and guide you towards your journey of inner growth and inner knowledge and inner power. Have a great week, great 2 weeks. Peace. Blessings. Ciao. Hey group 3, welcome to your reading. Gonna start off right away to let you know that, and to remind you that there is Reiki energy embedded in every single group. All you need to do to claim it is state, I accept this Reiki sent to me by Katarina Lukin or Looking Inwards. And with that said, let's start right away. Oh, wow. Okay. So a loss of self is what I'm getting here. Group 3, you are going through or about to go through a major breakup, in a sense that like you felt it coming, or you're in that kind of falling apart from each other. And I want to say like this person or this breakup, whether it is a lover or a friend or or partnership is with someone that has kind of stopped growing, has kind of, what's the word I'm looking for, stagnant himself. Like he has like he's stagnant right now, and he's comfortable there. And he's someone that's very analytical. I'm saying he because I see a man here, but it doesn't necessarily have to be limited by a him. Although I am getting like a very masculine vibe over here. And I'm saying you lost yourself because over here you have divine wisdom in reversed. So for me that just indicates that you've kind of just went along with the ride knowingly, or knowing that it's not really going anywhere, or just going with a flow, but it's not necessarily your flow, basically. And you have a tendency of kind of looking at those. Like over here you have the woman that's looking at the cups on the ground instead of looking at the full cups that are right behind her, right? That's what the Five of Cups is all about. But in this card, actually, you're starting to actually pay attention. She's actually looking at those cups that are up and not looking at the ones that are on the ground. So you're starting to see your situation as half full, like as full instead of empty. And I feel like you're also starting to see the possibilities that are right in front of you, basically. So that's actually pretty encouraging to see that. You have a major decision that you need to make, like major. You have, out of all the cards, we chose 2 Lovers card. And in this situation, I really feel like it is a decision, a massive decision that needs to be taken, one that's going to need a lot of courage, one that's going to need kind of like a kick in the bum, like you need to kick yourself and be asked to really make the decision. And I know the Lover cards usually represents, you know, a big union, but the Lover's card also represents one of 2 choices that needs to be done as well. And for those White Witch Tarot, I decided it to be the overall energy, so kind of the archetype of the whole reading. And yours, my darling, is the Lovers. Actually, you have 2 Lovers, so it's like a double whammy, double confirmation. So yeah, so big decision needs to be made in regards to this one person, partner, lover, friend maybe, as well as someone that was, you know, very dear to your heart and you thought you would be friends with for the rest of your life. And it's really interesting now. It's like even more clear how she's looking at the cups that are full. Like you're really like, you've stopped looking at the past. Like you're in a good space right now. You're like moving forward is almost inevitable and is almost feeling easy because of all these possibilities, because you have certain paths that are kind of coursing together and creating itself for you. And I mean, you have only good to come out of this decision. So as soon as you make a decision, you have the 10 of Waters, the 10 of Cups over here, which is like your ultimate desires, your whole life fulfillment, everything that you've set out, everything that you've wanted your life to be, and it will be full in every aspect of your life. Now for you guys, I picked an extra card. And to me, like the Queen of Wands over here, right after the 10 of Cups, the 10 of Waters, to me it just says that you might be fighting against yourself. There might be some doubts or some self-limiting beliefs. And this might cloud your judgments. And I feel it's just like, be aware of that. Be aware of your mind chatter. Monitor it every single day. And as soon as you hear something like, I'm not good enough, or I'm too old, or I can't do it, or like, who would want me after this, or where would I go? And as soon as you start hearing those kind of sticks, these are like sticks in your advancements, sticks in your wheel, you're self-sabotaging yourself to not get like your full heart's desire. Really take a moment right here, right now, close your eyes and really be like, what is it I want? And then move forward with it. Take that leap of faith, take that step, that one step. And like always, these oracles just confirm everything. You got Wish Upon a Star, which is exactly what I was telling you right now, guys. Really put your hands over your heart and state and question yourself, what is it I want? What is it, like, where do I want to go? And that first image that you have, the one that is not tainted, the one that's not covered in doubt or fear, hold on to it, write it down, and take one step towards it, whatever it is, even if it feels chaotic. You're here to build inner strength, and this inner strength, I feel, will empower you so much in your future steps and the future decisions that you need to make. You have the Rose's Kiss and Merry Motive, which are so important. Well, the Merry Motive is so important. It comes back to just wishing upon a star. Anything that you put intention to, anything that you put trust into, it will just grow and shine bright for you to actually see the next steps. When you set out the intention, all you really need to do is be present. All you really need to do is be in that moment to then see the light and see the next steps, but also enjoy it all. This is not a race. It never was a race, despite what we're being told. This is a journey. This is a marathon. Enjoy every single step of it. And I asked the fairies to join us today. They all seem reversed almost in this one. And the collective of pixies. Okay. So to me, the pixies are all about the mind chatter and the really overdoing it. So that's the last thing you want to do right now. You don't want to overthink anything. You don't want to overdo anything. By doing that, you kind of lose the connectivity that you have and the kind of the flow of it all. The pixies are all about keeping the magic alive and giving flow and helping the process of nature take its course. And it's very delicate and balanced, but also fun as well. But when they're reversed, it's kind of frantic. When they don't have a purpose, they kind of like get mischievous and get bored, and then they're all over the place. So for you, it would be really important to really bring down the mind chatter again, the emotions, and to find a routine. To find a routine that best suits your needs and where you're heading. Again, how can I say this? When we want something, usually there's characteristics that we need to build to acquire it. So like I feel like all three groups, like the biggest theme right now is really to set your environment for success, to achieve where you need to go or where you would like to go. So if you do have a goal, what characteristics do you need for that goal, and what could you do to acquire those characteristics? So if it's healthier eating, how could you set your environment up for success? Will you set out fruits and vegetables outside so you see them, so you're more tempted to eat them? Would you stop buying, let's say, the stuff that you were trying to cut down on? Like little simple kind of like psychological tricks. That's just one example, but there's many more. Putting away distractions, taking away your apps. There's social media apps on your phone, so you're not tempted to press that button, that reflex. If you're looking to do exercise, putting a couple of exercise, maybe ball or a yoga mat out. So it's like almost association. By association is automatic, and you just are more tempted to go there. And now I see here like a calmness and a compassion for yourself. Like you're not supposed to get this right away. You're not. It's not meant to be a piece of cake. Like if it is a breakup, then it's gonna hurt. And as long as you give yourself that time and that patience and that compassion for yourself to be like, okay, yes, it's a breakup. Yeah, so just to have compassion with yourself, or who knows, maybe even the other person. Maybe it actually will go smoother than expected and harder for the other, because this is something that you've been thinking about for a long time and might be unexpected for them. So it's just a question of having that compassion and really taking that time for yourself, self-care. I mean, this whole year has been a major self-care kind of reminder and bonanza. So, yeah. So yes, that's what it is. Thank you so much for being a part of my community and allowing me to take part of your journey. Thank you so much, and have a great 2 weeks, and I'll see you guys soon. Ciao.